Friday afternoon, and it's time to start your weekend with the Random Christian Show. Today, the Random Christian Show will be talking to ourselves. The Random Christian Show is brought to you by Mrs. A's Famous Salsa BUENA, a unique blended salsa loaded with cilantro and the right amount of heat. Mrs. A's Famous Salsa BUENA is available in stores across California, Colorado, Nevada, and Oregon. To find a store near you, just visit mrsafamous.com. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neil Broadus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. The Random Christian Show can now be seen and heard on the Rabbit and Red Radio Network. Check them out at rabbitandredradio.com. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. Next week, the Random Christian Show is interviewing Mida Goodwin from This Is Ska Radio. My name is Andy. Now here's your host, Christian Random.
Driver's license with you.
Heyo, how
Heyo.
are you? Hi.
You okay over there?
Yeah, my wife peeked in and scared me.
Oh,
What's your driver's license?
It is in my backpack.
Right here.
Yeah. Welcome
What?
to
Wait. What's in your backpack?
nothing.
Here.
I need to know
Mom,
what's
it's nothing to look at.
I need to know what's in your backpack. We need to bring Lois on and rifle through your backpack right now.
Hold on one second. This is what being live is all about. Babe, bring it right here.
Okay, hold on. I can't find it.
I know. That's because I have it stashed, man. It's so anyway, it's not,
Are you a surfer guy right now?
yeah,
Okay.
because I'm getting into my stash, bruh. No, Mr. Hand, it's all our pizza.
Welcome to the new segment, What's in Christian's Backpack, everybody.
Protein shake shaker.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got lots of protein shake stuff that my wife, I guess, is it makes her sick. Even
Oh,
though
sure.
it's like supposed to be really good for her and the diet that she's on.
Uh-huh.
So we got a whole bunch of it, and I'm like, we're not throwing it away. So guess what I have for lunch every day at work now?
Nice.
Protein shake. I have no idea why I'm on such a Pee Wee Herman-ish style voice, but it's awfully fun.
We might not have to have a counter. How many times you turned to Pee Wee Herman during the show today?
It'll be our secret word. No, welcome to it, and we are so glad to have you here. We are just doing kind of what we started off doing, really.
Right.
Just being us, having fun. So please make sure you are interacting if you're out there watching. For those of you listening, at this point, well, you missed out. So just enjoy what we deliver to you. We should have a lot of fun today. That's usually the plan most every day.
Right. We try to have fun.
Wait, I'm Mr. Random.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
I don't like the fact that you have a fancier shirt than I do.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
We got to talk to corporate. I know.
Yeah, right. We got to get our crackhead costumer on our costume person on
Our crackhead research team / lawyers /
yeah.
boss. Wait a minute. No. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to have some fun, and we want you to play along with us. We got a lot of things going on. We will not have any news today. We've actually got a new showish thing with Travis that we're going to debut next week. It's going to be awesome. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, I say that, but
No, it'll be. You're crossing your fingers.
But I mean, Travis is awesome, so it's
Travis
gonna
is great. Yeah,
be.
he will deliver.
We just as he almost always does.
Right.
In,
no, for sure.
Some sort of way, somehow. But we're so glad to have you all along. Hey, oh, by the way, Andy, we are 25 cents away from Happy Meal time.
That's right.
And dude, so close.
Yes.
You can have the prize if I get the fries.
That works for me. I'm on a diet. So
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
I will
so
take the prize.
Now I'm fat. Now I'm fat.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey, I didn't say it. I'm just saying my situation. I did not comment on your situation.
Oh. And in other words, don't want to be like Chris. Got it. All right. Thanks, Andy. Speaking of food, by the way, we will also today have the wonderful, amazing Mrs. A joining in with us.
Sponsor segment.
There's the applause. That's what, 3 or 4 times now?
Hey, it's all good.
And she is expanding the empire as we've been promising, and so we're very excited to have her on. We're going to talk all the amazing things that she's been doing over, good Lord, just the past month. All it's been happening here. So very excited about that, to have her on. And plus she she made a little treat for us, even though we don't get to taste it.
We don't get to have it.
Oh my gosh, I got a peek at it. We kept it as a surprise for Andy, so he can be like, oh,
right. Yeah.
And that's anyway. So how are things out in the Pacific Northwest there, Andrew?
The sun is shining now.
Right.
We got hit with crazy snow this morning. Completely blanketed the street. Everything was white, like we had already taken X to school, right?
Yeah.
So like we're just like, okay, great. How are we going to pick up our son later? But then, sure enough, the drunk Oregon weather rained it all down the hill. Now the sun is shining and the street is dry again. So
okay, so it's Oregon. I wouldn't say it was drunk weather. I think it's a little more. We're not sure what we're doing, but we're gonna get some nachos at 7-Eleven anyway.
All right.
Weather. And maybe
Oregon,
pick up
Oregon is great, right?
and drink some Dr. Peppers.
Yeah.
And cherry Pop-Tarts.
How's KC life today?
KC is actually, it was a little, we're entering spring. So one day it will be 30 degrees. The next day it'll be 70. And there'll be lots of wind mixed in between.
Yeah.
And like I think Sunday it's supposed to be almost 80.
Oh wow.
And then drop down to 50 the next day. So
we in the Pacific Northwest call that fake spring.
Yeah.
We know that there's more cold around the corner.
Right. No, it's so funny. Every year it's like, and everybody's like, oh man, I can't wait. It's getting warm. And then there's always like some idiot like me that goes, dude, we still got March.
Right. Yeah.
And then everyone's like, oh, well, yeah, because it never fails. You start getting like the weather starts getting warmer and warmer and warmer. Then there's always this last blast of like a week of snow.
Well, I mean, and we were, spring. And we were spoiled growing up in California because like March 10th is like the start of sun and nothing but sun on until like Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much. I mean, kind of depending on where you live, but
right.
I mean, obviously the closer to the ocean you are, it's still,
it was different, but in the East Bay, California, where I predominantly hung out,
right,
that's where it was spring, summer, and then we had fall. there was no winter.
Falter,
and I mean, it was
just flip me off.
No,
are you sure?
I'm moving things.
I think you're doing one of these.
No, you flipped me off. That's what you did.
Listen, Mr. Random. Oh, somebody took offense to my little comment. Son of Mr. Random Jr.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was, it's like, it's so funny. Everybody's like, oh, I mean, unless of course you were way up in Northern California, like near Tahoe.
Right. And then you had actual seasons.
Yeah. Then, yeah, you have actual seasons. But for the most part, fall and winter are pretty much hand in hand, same thing.
Right. Yeah. And there was no snow. Maybe there was a cold rain. God forbid it would hail for 2 minutes. Right.
And thunder and lightning was like, oh my God, we're gonna die.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's all good.
Right.
And see, that's one thing I love about the Midwest. You have 4 seasons.
Right.
And and not like the singing group, because Frankie Valli's weird. Any man that's that old and sings that high, I got questions. So which is going to be we're going to be talking topics later, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to discuss topics of discussion. See how I segued right into that there?
Sure. That was so clean.
The discussions of the topics become the topics of discussion.
Right. Yes.
Of things that we discuss that are topical.
Something is happening.
Yes. We're all fine. Everything's fine here. Just a small reactor leak. How are you?
Who is this? What is your operating number? Oh, sorry.
I don't have a blaster.
Right, yeah.
but I do. Oh, hold on.
Oh, boring conversation anyway. So, and Chris leaves again. Oh, there you go. Yes.
Uh-oh. This one's not working.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, now if I just had Chinese food to eat with my chopsticks.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Hey, yeah, and why didn't Chewbacca ever use a lightsaber?
Because he was not trained in the Jedi arts, and he had by far the coolest weapon in Star Wars.
It was pretty cool, the crossbow blaster.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
But what was the point of the crossbow if it's just a blaster?
Well, it had longer laser beams in arrow fashion.
Did it?
It did.
Are you just
no? I'm completely talking out of my.
Now I got to watch all the Star Wars movies again.
It was a cool design. That's all it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I always thought crossbows once I ever found out about a crossbow, you know, when you're kids, you always have bows and arrow and you know, cowboys and Indians, stuff like that when we were younger, which is not inappropriate. That actually happened. It's part of history. So deal with it. Kids played it back in the day. I'm old. I was a kid. I never really played cowboys and Indians, but I played cowboys for sure. Even though I have Indian heritage in me. So it's still cool to talk about it and stuff like that. But
the great random tribes of the Midwest.
Yeah, we actually have 3 different tribes in our blood. I'm not making this up.
No, I know.
My mom told me, man. Mom doesn't lie. But
don't get me going on my heritage.
Wait, that's a whole different show. We got to do.
Yeah, no, we can unpack that later in the therapy session for sure.
You Greeks were freaky.
Yeah, okay. No, trust me, it's a long story of the lies that I was told directly from my parents growing up. Yeah,
you're a direct descendant of the Euro.
No, yeah. I'm a direct descendant of a sandwich of the Greek taco. Yes,
isn't that just pressed meat that somebody made up later on? And like, it's not even really Greek. It's just some drunk guy that made ham into meat.
I
I think you sent me the clip of Gabriel Iglesias going to the Eurovendor after a show when he's like super tired. He starts talking Spanish to the guy, and the guy says, "I'm not Spanish, I'm Greek." And he's like, "So what do you want to eat?" He's like, "I want a taco." It's like, "No tacos, euros." Right? It's like, well, what's a euro? It's meat in a pita. It's a Greek taco.
Okay, I'll have two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, dude, he's got a show. I don't know if you know this, but it's about him traveling around doing shows, and he goes and does. He goes to like a very specific restaurant, or like, it's the hot eatery in that area or whatever in the town he's in, and then he goes and does like some weird challenge, like he finds a workout place or something that helps burn off.
Oh, sure.
He did the that where they run through, what is it, CrossFit or something like that, where they run through the mud and do all that stuff. So anyway, it's a good show. He's fun.
That's cool.
It's pretty entertaining. So anyway, there. So, and next week, Mida. Very excited about that. This is Ska Radio and the website, and his now I feel horrible for saying this. Does he do a podcast too? I think he does.
I think he might.
I know he does the radio show, and it's really cool. But anyway, so yeah, we're very excited, and his website's huge, man. There's all sorts of great people. Well, that's how we found Zach from last week.
Yeah,
through old Mida there. So anyway, very, very, very excited, very fun. But what's even funner is the theme music for our famous bit that we like to call Random 9.
Heyo.
Heyo, yeah. Heyo. Where's the little DJ. So we again have turned to our crackhead team of researchers and lawyers, because they get in trouble sometimes. Right. And we thought we'd challenge, because we've had and still have so many problems with the internet system through Spectrum, and we found other ways to absorb our time instead of the length of time it's taken them to fix the internet. So they came up with 9 random things that we could have done instead of trying to get our internet fixed. So, which still isn't fixed, by the way, thanks Spectrum. And so we're now going to divulge those 9 random things that we could have done instead of trying to fix the internet, and almost hit the post. Again, it's a radio thing. I don't expect everybody listening or watching to understand. It's just what happens. All right. So anyway, and by the way, if anybody out there in Kansas City is listening, I'm applying for KCFX morning show. Just saying, Fox 101. If you guys want to hear us daily on that with a lot of, cool classic rock, hey, where are you guys? Call the station. Tell them.
Yeah, call them and tell them that you want the Random Christian Show as their
Yes, you do. Smithers, release the pen. All right, so 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. We're going to start with, of course, number 9. Well, I learned another language. I recited Shakespeare's work in its entirety to raise money for the homeless.
Nice.
And still don't have internet. Which, I'm not sure why I hit the DJ air horn for that, but it somehow seemed appropriate.
It did. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Air horns in Shakespeare in a foreign language. It works. It truly, truly, truly works.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to number 8.
Number 8, 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. I finished everything on my honey-do list.
Wow. Do you have a honey-do list? I mean,
well,
is it a list or more like a small novel?
To be fair, it's my list of just crap that I need to get done around the house that I put off, or it's a skill that I just don't have yet that I need to actually YouTube to figure out how to do it. I had to fix a bracket on a
covered with Post-it notes. Don't forget to Hey Andy, don't forget. Andy, you've got this.
It's in my office. It looks like a murder board from those detective shows, you know? And I have to connect the strings of the stuff that I need to do before I can get to one. So I had to learn how to fix a cabinet door that had the screws like that. The screws have become so the holes have become too big, right? So, and then I didn't realize they make those little metal plates now that you can screw the bracket into, and then you screw the plate on the door in other holes, and then everything works out.
Right.
And that was like
so by the way, Mr. Fix here.
Oh yeah.
Which you could have called, but that's fine. Whatever.
Or
was this like 3 years ago?
No, this was last week.
Take some toothpicks, fill the hole, hammer them in, break them off, and then take your screw and
oh sure, yeah. So and trust me, I learned about wood glue. I had no idea wood glue existed.
Ah, yes.
Right. And then you could fill the holes with wood glue, but 3 of the YouTube videos I watched, 3 recommended not going that route.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
no, the fix that I got was is a-okay. So
yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, and there you get the ding ding of approval.
Excellent.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on. My phone keeps shutting off because my printer doesn't work. Anyway, let's see. Let's do number 7. Random reasons why we don't have internet, basically. Let's see. Could have solved and rewrote the New York Times crossword for the past entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
nice.
Yeah. And do it in a foreign language.
Right.
Yeah. Nailed it. Added to it. Oh, wait. Wrong button. There.
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh. All right. Yeah, we were red alert.
Raising the roof with the red alert. All right. Let's see.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, Bob. Bill. Yeah, settle
Bill.
down. All right. Number 6.
Number 6, 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. I traveled to Germany and was immediately recognized as Andy from the Random Christian Show. The parade was amazing. Let me tell you.
What was the float like? That's what I want to know.
Oh, so it was actually a big paper mache of your head.
Wow.
Right.
Again, Andy's calling me fat. Awesome.
And it was cool because they made your mouth open and shut. They cooked it to the wheels, so your mouth was just going and going. And so at one point I had climbed in the paper mache with the microphone and was doing my best impression of you as we were going down the middle of the street. Pretty good.
I got like so many jokes that are really super inappropriate right now.
Right.
But no, that's great. I'm glad I was a big walking head in Germany. So I'm proud. I'm not gonna lie. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where were we? Oh yeah, 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. And we are on
Number 5.
Number 5. Well, could have took up jogging, lost 50 pounds, then binge watched all the Marvel movies and series. Okay, you got to add that in.
Right. No, of course.
Gaining the weight back, plus I also solved a Sudoku. By the way, I have a problem with Sudokus, and we'll bring that up later. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Sudoku. Okay.
Sudoku.
No, Sudoku.
Oh, okay.
It's
No,
'cause
I deserved that. Yeah.
There's a U in the end.
Yeah, no, I deserved it. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sudoku.
Yes.
I really think it's Japanese for go screw yourself.
No, absolutely. If I built a game that took off overseas, I would definitely name it something inappropriate.
Well, and have you tried to do Sudoku?
No.
Yeah, don't. Just, again, we'll bring this up later in the topics of discussion that we'll be discussing topically about topical subjects.
Right.
As...
Yes.
Number 4.
Number 4, 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. Wrote, directed, and starred in my own Star Trek fan fiction movie.
Yes! Oh, yes. That was awesome. Oh,
Trip to Enterprise.
Do I have a part in it?
Of course. Yes. Yeah. Although you're heavily made up as the Klingon bad guy.
As a giant headed
Klingon
bad guy.
Yeah.
I get that. All right. Another way Andy calls me fat. All right. Let's see. The number 3. Well, built an ark. Full scale.
Of course. Yeah.
Because I had the time, you see.
Right.
Because they have
waiting. Yes.
The internet. Yeah.
Yes.
So this is an ongoing procedure. Let's see. Number 2.
Number 2, 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. Started a true crime podcast and solved 8 crimes.
True Prime podcast?
True Prime podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. A True Prime
podcast.
Podcast. Yes.
It's about fish and
right. The podcast.
Yes. See how I did that? See how I turned that into.
Oh man! All right, now we need to start the podcast. All right.
Local.
Right.
Fished in. Oh, let's see. All right. The number 1, 9 random things I could have done instead of trying to fix my internet. I started my own internet service provider and sold it to Elon Musk and retired on Bezos's giant space penis ship. Hey-o! Yeah, that's right. That just happened. That's how we do it. Hey-o. That's right. And so that concludes what we like to call the random 9 list of 9 random things we could have done instead of trying to fix our internet. And again, thanks to Spectrum for the inspiration on said subjects. Due to our crackhead research team. But now we are, well, you know what?
What?
There's no real need for the commercial at this point, do we? Because we actually have the live and in-person commercial. So I think that we should oh yeah, little talking heads to intro her with. It is the wonderful, the amazing Mrs. A, who is just lying around in her house waiting to come on the show for way too long.
Hey.
Hello.
I'm Mrs. A.
Hello, Leah. How are you, Mrs. A?
I'm good.
Oh.
I was taking notes. I just want to talk about everything that you guys had in your intro. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you guys, the trick to, well, everybody has a trick to losing weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing, I'm down 74 pounds.
Yo.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like I've lost a teenager, I think. I can't say an elementary school person, but and I eat whatever I want, but I eat less and I move more.
Yeah.
So I used to be the car in the parking lot that would drive around until the parking space came open. the closest to wherever I was going.
Oh,
And
right.
I wasn't going to walk. And
Yeah.
now I have a step counter on my phone, and I love to
yeah.
get more steps in to see
Yeah.
what I've done and how much I've done for the week. I'm not a fanatic about it. And you know what, guys? It took me 8 years. So
Yeah.
it's not an instant thing either. So just Mrs. A's words of wisdom there for you. Don't hurt yourself. Don't punish yourself.
Yeah.
Just
because
I'm going to punish you right now, Andy. when I think about Christian goes, "How's your day?" I said, "Well, it's been a little crazy," and it usually it usually is. And got up, and Ralph and I stayed up late last night to do our taxes, and I had to overnight them to my CPA. And the reason it's crunch time is because we're an S Corp with Mrs. A's SALSA BUENA, and it's tied into our personal taxes. So our taxes are due March 15th, not 15th. And so, yeah. And our CPA knows that we're always going to come in right at the finish line there. So, so I got all the taxes to the UPS store and got them sent off. She'll have them. And then, of course, I wasn't going to cook on the show today, but I said, I got to cook food for some people. I just love feeding people. So, Andy, here we go. I made, chili verde and Spanish rice.
Oh, that looks incredible.
It's so delish. Now, I have become the salsa maker that cannot eat her salsa. And I have 2 doctors right now that give me these lists. And the first thing is no coffee. I'm like, well,
whoa.
No carbonated beverage.
Get a second opinion.
I need a second opinion.
Yeah.
No carbonated drinks. So my 2 Diet Cokes a month, I don't think I should have. And no spicy foods and no citrus. Like I can't have pineapple. I can't have orange. I can't have lemons. I can't. I'm looking at my fruit bowl.
A whacked out doctor. You got a witch doctor.
But I made some delicious vegetable beef soup yesterday. And it had a can of diced tomatoes in it. And I had a little tiny bowl kind of late for supper yesterday. And I was up all night with heartburn. It's kind of a thing. So I'm on heavy what do you call them? Probiotics, not antibiotics.
Oh, right.
Yeah, for gut health. So it's something that's going on with my gut, but it's okay. So then I made the chili verde, the rice, and then everybody has started to love. Last week, I had teacher friends from up north come down, Kelly and her husband Steve, and I'll be darned if she didn't come in just ready to plant this seed of us going up the Palm Springs tram. You go from Springs up to 8,000 feet in this gondola.
Yeah.
And I have vertigo. I'm scared of heights.
Oh, geez.
Everybody was trying to get me, has been since we've lived down here in the high desert, to get up that tram. I don't think so. You don't want to be on that gondola with me. I went on the gondola, and I have pictures that I'm like, hiding my head in Ralph's back. We all had puffy jackets on too because it's snowing up there. And and the gondolas fit 50 to 60 people. So it was claustrophobic. It was a pod, that could be part of your Star Wars thing, going up in a pod or something. And then nobody told me, but somebody came on and said, okay, when we go over the towers, it's going to clunk, swing. And there are 4 towers. And so I was but anyways, we did it. We had an awesome time. We ate at a restaurant up there. We did some hiking in the snow, and it was fun. But Kelly is severely celiac, so gluten will kill her, basically. So look what else I made. And while you guys are talking, I cut a slice. I cut a piece for me. It is my carrot, zucchini, pumpkin bread.
Oh.
Carrot zucchini bread with pumpkin seeds on top.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And it's
that
made
looks
with
incredible.
Gluten-free flour. And,
nice.
And I have made it before with regular flour, and it's so dense, and it's like clunk, it's like heavy.
Yeah.
Look at this. It is light and fluffy. Can you see the
Yes.
Oh,
carrot?
that looks amazing.
And, oh my God! Wait. It's
Now, what salsa goes best with that?
well, remember, I can't have salsa now, so I should.
Yeah, but
I'll
if you
just-
were to have a salsa, we're trying to promote your salsa,
I
Leah.
know. Oh, but see, it's like I eat whatever I want. I want this pumpkin bread, but
Yeah.
it's good. This is what I had for breakfast: a banana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm good. But so that was today up to the show. And tonight we are going to the Morongo Indian Casino. And you guys are cracking me up because you're both doing Pee Wee Herman all the time. And they have the
Andy does it way better than I do.
well, I don't know. You guys are
Andy.
but the two dinosaurs, big, huge dinosaurs that were in the Pee Wee Herman movie are right there in Cabazon at the exit of the casino.
Oh wow. Yeah.
They paint them to the occasion. So like, they were in Valentine's Day. So I bet you when we go down, they're going to be in St. Patrick's Day.
Oh yeah.
Huge. And you can go inside of them and crawl up to the head. They're huge. And it's just an attraction in Cabazon. It's the
crazy
Cabazon dinosaurs. But Pee Wee Herman did his
that's
one
right.
of his movies there. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that's so.
So anyways,
It's funny that one sequence in the movie is he's talking to, I forget what the girl character's name is,
Yeah.
but she had a boyfriend named Andy, and there was that one utterance of Pee Wee Herman going Andy when they get out in the morning. That whenever I meet someone new who learns my name that is a fan of that movie, almost always I get the "Your name's Andy."
So we're gonna go by there. You guys were all over it, so it was cracking me up. But we're going to a concert there tonight, and we're going to see the Marshall Tucker Band.
Yeah.
And what did I say?
Jefferson
Let's go there
Starship, right?
first. Jefferson Starship.
Yes.
Right.
And we're all going early. There's four of us. Our friends Daniel and Jaime. They've been tasters on the show, and Ralph and I. And we're going to the casino buffet. So.
Yes.
So that's why I had a banana today.
There you go.
Yeah. Eat whatever you want.
I'm going to eat whatever I want, but then you're going to see four people in a concert going,
right.
so many carbs and stuff.
Okay, fine. I'm just going back to the buffet for rest.
I missed the dessert. I don't know. Oh my God. It's going to be so much fun. And I think I sent, this is the life of Mrs. A in the high desert and with her new dog park friends. I love them so much. We have the spa, I don't want to say the word spa girls that, remember I sent you the picture, Andy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Christian.
Yeah.
Go to a hot spring spa once a month out here in Desert Hot Springs, and we're going to try them all. And it's like $10 for a day pass. And you can bring your own food in. Or you can, they all have restaurants. You can have the pool boy bring you a beverage and some French fries. It's awesome. And you just go from all the pools are different temperatures. So
you just made that sound kind of dirty.
What?
Then we have the pool boy bring us
beverages and French fries.
Slathered in oil and all that. Yeah.
No, here's kind of go, here's your drinks, lady.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, who had the Diet Coke? All right, where we go, God, whatever. All right, tip. You tipping? I hope you don't order another drink from me.
Oh my gosh. So anyways, we've been having a good time, but you guys talked about weather. We're supposed to get, we're already in our high wind alert. If I look outside, I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, no, you can't see it. See, it's that backwards thing. Oh, good. I'm not going to turn my computer, but wind is blowing pretty strong right now, and it's supposed to get stronger and stronger as we drive down the 3 passes to go to the casino. So I'll be clinching the steering wheel. I'm the driver.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's all good, but
be careful.
And we will. And then we're supposed to get rain and possibly snow at 3,000 feet, and we're like 36. So. Yeah,
right.
so it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
All right. So, okay. So again, as we teased, you have had a lot going on over the
Yeah.
past month.
Yeah.
And so, well, again, that was the whole reason of bringing you on, because we've got, I mean, people, it's so amazing. Everybody who tastes your salsa is like, oh my gosh, this is the best salsa ever. And we're like, yeah, we know. Well, where can I find it? It's coming. It's
Yeah.
moving out that way. So let's, okay, real quickly talk about the show you were at, because this leads into everything else that has happened. So you
Yes.
had the big food show down in San Diego, right?
Yes, with my distributor, which is UNFI/Tony's Fine Foods.
Okay.
And I like going to these shows. The shows are expensive. They're thousands of dollars to attend. And I've never wanted to go to one that I didn't have be with my distributors, because everybody that came to this show could get my salsa.
Oh, sure.
Because it was a distribution show.
Yeah.
There's another one at Natural Expo West that's going to happen next week in Anaheim, and it's like $15,000 to go. And you're oh, well, who are you distributed by? Unified Tony's. Oh, well, we don't get that. So you're just like, oh. But this one, everybody could get the salsa, and it was so exciting. It was February 7 and 8. And then we drove back home on the 9th. And then I had Super Bowl weekend, the 10th and the 11th, that I went down to my couple of stores here in Palm Springs and demoed and sold so much salsa. But I had to rush back up for the game, because we need, family and friends need snacks.
Right, of course.
For Super Bowl. So anyways, it was kind of crazy. But yeah, the food show was amazing. And Andy, when I get to the list of Oregon, we'll see if any of them are close to you.
Okay.
But, it was such a good show. I could tell that the buzz at the show, and there were thousands of vendors there, was that, hey, we were told to come over here and taste this salsa. And, big banners behind me. And they're all, well, I said, well, I'm Mrs. A. Oh, really? We couldn't tell. There's pictures on the banner.
Yeah.
Your mom and salsa maker. And it's just really, really cute. And so anyways, a lot of people tasted. And this is the week that San Diego and Southern California was getting a horrendous storm, that
That's right.
atmospheric rivers were coming in.
Yeah.
So, of course, and some of my category directors were coming by, and they said, oh, I hope the weather doesn't hurt the show attendance. I said, me too, with the money.
Yeah.
And on
Need a lot of money to be here, sucker.
Yeah, but people came, and it was awesome.
By the way, the price of salsa just went up to $50.
Well, there's one supermarket I'm chasing in Los Angeles. It's called Air One, and I just want to be in it because it's such a happening place.
Air One, so it's like
Or
part
it's
of the
capital EROWN, I think, and like a little shopping bag. You know how you get the little totes for $1.49 at the store? There's a $49.95 just to have the name on there. And, I want that store.
So it's like a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
If you just went to Walmart and found a thermal cup, you'd be I got a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Stanley.
So anyways, I'm chasing it all, but Barron's Market and they're in the San Diego area came up, and they're very, very interested. So I was going to talk a little bit about the independent markets versus the corporate stores. I'm already shipping salsa. Independent stores are already buying the salsa and getting it into their store. So Andy, you're going to have to be my little jalapeno and go to these ones that are in Oregon and just, see if it's there for me, and then message.
Okay. Hey, he's already a jalapeno in the bud as it is. So, okay, let's clarify something real quick. Okay, when you say independent stores, these are like the small little chains, like they'll have maybe 3 or 4 in a city or in a small area.
Absolutely.
City, something like that. This isn't like the big, like, and when you're talking about corporate, obviously Walmart instantly comes to mind, but
Albertsons, Ralph's.
Right.
Safeways,
Safeways,
all of it.
Hy-Vees,
Yes. Down
you know,
here we have
Piggly Wiggly, things like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So Barron's Market, I think they have 8 stores in the San Diego area, and they're very, very interested. And what I took their name down. Who's your rep? Do you want my paper? I had sell sheets and item numbers and everything and a business card. And a lot of them said, no, just send it to me electronically, because then they can send it to their other stores. So I was ready to give. A lot of people took paper, but a lot of them I had work to do afterwards that I had to go and send them electronically. Then the nugget markets up in the Sacramento area, they're such a beautiful store. If you ever get a chance to Google nugget markets in the Sacramento area, their stores are like works of art. They have these big, I don't even know what you call
them.
Like
a real shopping experience.
Well, like a cornucopia sculpted that's coming out the ceiling, and women in drapey. And then inside they have all of their floors are like a beautiful polished.
Right. They're selling women there? I don't think that's really a store.
Women, yes. And their floors inside. I mean, I'm an artist, so I look at those things. And their floors are painted, shined, polished concretes that are just like rusts and greens and blues and teals. And I just want to walk around and look at the store. But they're very, very interested. And then Super King Markets, they're in LA also. I was chasing Southern California because, we're in 550 stores, Northern California, Nevada, Wyoming. I was chasing Southern California because I'm down here now.
Right.
And, I can get to those stores. So Super King Markets in LA, the military came to me, which was interesting, for their commissaries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just as long as they don't weaponize it.
Right. You're hitting your enemy's face or something. Burn their eyes like pepper.
Right.
They use it as an interrogation thing. They're like, here's the salsa, but no chips.
Yeah.
No chips. Nothing. You just get salsa.
Yes.
But it's so delicious. It must have something. Come on, man. Give me something. Oops, what up? No.
You said this was the medium salsa. No, this is the high.
So then the biggie that I was chasing too, and I'll tell you, I think I told you guys before, they kind of either turned their lanyards over, or it was cold because it was rainy and everything. And this one woman came up, and I started telling her the story and having her taste it. And she goes, oh, this is so good. And I said, what market are you with? And I looked at her lanyard and said, and I saw NAT. And I said, she pulls it out. And I said, oh my God, I want Natural Grocers so bad.
Oh, yeah.
Natural Grocers. And I thought they were just in California. But when I saw their store list, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. Colorado, Arizona. Do they scoot your way?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of them out here.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a biggie. And then the other biggie is Sprouts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, how crazy is my life? I'm sitting there at my little 4-foot table, and I'm watching people walk by, and you're trying to engage with them, and you can tell when they don't want to engage. They just don't look at you.
But see, now, like you said, when we talked about this a few weeks ago, and you were telling me like people were like taking other people over to your stand and going, y'all got to try this. This is, you have to eat this because this is so good. And then everybody's like, yeah, this is really good.
Yes.
And that's how the Sprouts people came about, right? They were told.
So it was such a cute story. I mean, I'm just so blessed and lucky about all these little things that happened. But there was a table across the way that was General Mills. And I'm all, what are they doing here? They don't need to get new accounts. Everybody has their cereal. And they just had a big display of cereal. And so this man came over second day, and he goes, I've been watching you in your booth, and I need to taste the salsa. I said, okay. And he was a rep from General Mills. He goes, man, this is good. And I always, when somebody comes up, where are you from? What stores do you shop at? And so I knew he was a vendor. He wasn't a client or a customer. So he says, I live in Arizona. I said, oh, I'm chasing Basha's and AJ's Market. And he goes, well, I said, but where do you shop? He goes, Sprouts. I said, oh, I want Sprouts. I get very excited. And he goes, well, I can probably help you. He goes, I'm meeting with the CEO or head, whatever it was, of Sprouts next Tuesday. And he goes, here's his email. Email him and tell him that I met you and I love your salsa and I want your salsa in his stores. Oh, okay. And so it led to emailing this guy, tell him who I met, how we met. And he sent me samples. I sent him samples. He fill out. That's the other thing with the corporate stores. You have to fill out their new item package.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you on my brand new Apple computer. Ooh, I'm rubbing it now. I'm rubbing the keyboard.
Yeah.
It took me a week to get this thing dialed in. And I went to the Apple store. I don't like that place. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like you walk in.
Talking about corporate.
I'm ready to spend some money. I should be important, and it's just like, yeah, whatever, lady. Yeah. And you can get an appointment with the Genius Bar 3 days from now. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyways, it made me crazy, but I got it with my local people up here in Yucca Valley. So anyways, the corporate people have these vendor packets, and I had to update all of my software, my Excel, my Word, my PowerPoint, all of that, just to plug through the paperwork. But I'm doing it, and I've done it. So Natural Grocers, Sprouts was a biggie. The military, here we go. There is a Ballinger Thriftway supermarket in Shoreline, Washington that I'm chasing.
Okay.
It's on the coast. Vitamins Plus, he has 9 stores in Texas. He wants the salsa.
Oh,
wow.
Interesting. Now, here we go, Andy. Here's your stores. I'm praying.
Okay.
Sherm's Thunderbird Markets. They're in Roseburg, Oregon, Medford, Oregon, and Klamath Falls, Oregon.
I have Roseburg is 2 hours away. I have friends that run a little chocolate shop in Roseburg.
Okay.
That I can sick on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have them shuttle it up to Andy.
Yeah. What was the Roseburg market again?
They're all Sherm's Thunderbirds.
Sherm's Thunderbirds. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
And one's in Roseburg, one's in Medford, Oregon, and one's in Klamath Falls. And I offered, free fill. That's the other thing you need to do. Give them a case of each free. And then you gently ask them if they can passive demo a container every now and then, because once people taste it, it's, they buy it.
Yeah,
it's a done deal.
Yeah. So then this one is so exciting. There's 3 stores, and these are independents again in Bozeman, Montana.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to some people that Bozeman is like an Aspen, it's like
a very big hotspot,
happening place. And I'm sure they're up there in the store right now. So, So, and
me and Andy vacation there during,
Do you go skiing and hobnob? Yes.
When the jet's working.
Right.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Andy, we need to get that repaired.
So. Okay. Well, we're still the last party kind of wrecked it. Yeah.
Really. Pretty sure it's still missing a wing.
And then I got Clark's Nutrition, which is in the Central Coast and down here. And she was it was one of those things where a person who had tasted the salsa brought this woman to me. And she says, okay, tell her your story. Okay, now serve her your salsa. I'm okay. And this woman goes, well, I have Clark's Nutrition. I said, oh, I'd love to be in your stores because I've seen them. Yeah. And she goes, you're in. And I said, great. And I said, I will come and I will demo your stores and I will meet your customers and I will tell my story. There's another one. I don't know where it is in my notes. California Fresh. They have Solvang, Pismo Beach, and Slow, San Luis Obispo.
Yes.
And
that mighty Slow.
Yes. And that buyer took our pad because we had a tablet with us and we had a show deal like for certain weeks later on in the year. They can, or in spring and summer, they can order salsa at the show price, the show sale for that. And he ordered 55 cases right there on the spot.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like freaking out over having to do the pad, the tablet, because
Right.
we went to a workshop and it went right over our heads. I said, Ralph, he goes, I don't get it. I said, well, I don't get it. So God help us, But
Nothing to get, just sell it.
Geez, just take the pad and order whatever you want.
Yeah. Let him go.
So that was kind of fun. And then my category director, who was down doing a cheese booth or something, and I told him at the beginning, I said, Matt.
Cutting the cheese?
No, he wasn't cutting the cheese. Who was he? Gold Rush cheese products. So he had shredded cheese. And
I was just making a fart joke.
I know. And did I tell you the story? Did I tell you the story when I was on a community food cooking show? And I was demoing chili rellenos, and I turned to the host, and there was a little tiny cameraman who would hold up, you've got 20 minutes, you've got, this and that. And there was a little mini audience. And I turned to Pete and I said, Pete, can you cut the cheese? And he goes, the whole room just stopped. And the little cameraman was like, and he goes, well, I could. And my business partner is probably rolling on the floor right now. But I just need you to cut the cheese in logs, just logs to put into the chili.
So did anybody notice how when I made my little attempt at a fart joke, she just kept rolling with it?
Yeah.
This is what made her such a great teacher, because she would never lose focus or let idiots like me disrupt the class.
Yeah.
And then there was always the bench of shame. So, but yeah, and I wasn't even really a student that much in her class. So, yeah. Well, I was the teacher's assistant in jewelry, and ceramics was right next door.
Right next door, that's right.
I spent a lot of time in there because Mr. Wright really annoyed me. Anyway, but anyway, so we're cutting cheese, or she's at the cheese thing.
Where were we? What? Where were we?
Ralph had just cut the cheese.
Sorry, Ralph. No, Ralph. No.
I was like,
okay.
Hey.
So wait. I'm going to get it back. God, I'm 68 and I lose my train of thought. Thanks, Christian. I was on a roll, but I got
it worked.
Yeah,
40 years later, it finally worked.
It's back. It's back. My category director, who was manning a cheese station, in the morning when we were all setting up, I said, Matt, I want this store. I want this store. I want this, and this. He goes, okay. So as I see the reps for those stores, I'll send them to you, or I'll just, work it. So he showed up with this woman who was a UNFI rep. And he says, Leah, I'd like you to tell Sue your story and have her taste the salsa. So, it's just automatic with me. I just go. And she goes, this is so good. I said, thank you. And he goes, Leah, do you know who Sue is? I said, no, I don't. I know she works for UNFI. And he goes, well, she's our dips and salsa major category director for the entire USA.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
And she and I are going to work together to get you across the country.
Wow.
Yeah. So
boom.
Like I said, I told Christian earlier that it's like my brain just wants to explode, because the show is awesome. It's a lot of work. You come away just like, that was so good. But then the work starts.
Right.
And, all the follow-ups, all the emails.
Then the work triples.
Yeah. And, I have dog parks activities, and I have spas and people to feed. So it's all good. I mean, I do a lot of work every day on the business, but I also relax a lot. And I'm still demoing my stores down in the desert, which I love. I love them.
All right. So now, basically, to recap, pretty soon you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
But to highlight where we're at right now, we're going to say California.
Yes, Southern California, Northern California.
So California.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be cut in half and made two different states, because don't get me started. Okay, California, Oregon, Washington.
Oh, Idaho. I got stores in Idaho. They're not on my
say, didn't you have Boise?
I
thought you said something, or somewhere in Idaho. I thought it was Boise, but
I think it is. I think it is. I just don't have. Wait a second.
Right.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
So Idaho,
Idaho.
Wyoming,
Yes.
Colorado,
Yes.
Nevada,
Yes.
and Arizona.
Yes.
So really, this Pacific time zone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. We'll just call that the Pacific and partial mountain time zone.
Yes. And
And
Andy, do you
Arizona's their own time zone. They do whatever
know
they're anarchists.
Shoreline, Oregon? Do you know Shoreline, Oregon?
Shoreline. I am don't know that I.
You know what? I think that's Shoreline, Washington. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you've conquered the West, is what you're saying.
Yes. And Hawaii even came by, and samples are being sent over to the Big Island in the shipping containers. I offered a free case of each, put it on the container, send it over, and let's see how it does.
Yes.
So I may have to do some business trips. Oh,
you're gonna have to go to Hawaii. Hey, Dave Nelson's been over there for what, a month or so now.
who has?
Dave Nelson.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
well, his daughter's going to school over there.
Nice.
So, and he's
Yeah.
photographer extraordinaire, surf boy.
Yes. Amazing.
And so he's been posting pictures left and right of the amazing surf that's been going on lately out there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, his typical, hey, I'm going out hiking. Look how beautiful this is. This is so much fun. Don't you wish you were me? You all suck. So there we go. And I just go, yeah, that's really cool. I hate you.
So I'm looking through my notes, and I have a key IGA. There's 8 stores in Washington. They're going to bring me in. And then Archie's.
Oh, thank you, Kay Cordell.
Archie's IGA in St. Marie's, Idaho.
Ah, okay. There we go.
Ketchum, Idaho. And the Yosemite store wants us. Anyways, just a few.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Kay Cordell right there saying you women can do anything you set your minds to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And when I was teaching, that's the one thing I tried to make kids feel good. I mean, they kind of come in with their head down, whether they just failed a test or just had a fight with their girlfriend or their mom just yelled at them or made them get a haircut, before Easter. And
or we came back from the bench of shame.
Yeah. Your mom and I have to talk. We have to figure this out.
No. And she watches the show, so Mom, no chiming in.
But I ran a couple groups on campus when girls would come to me and just say, Mrs. A, we're just so fed up with this and that and this and that. So way back, God, probably 30 years ago, I had women's awareness. And then, when I lost a student to suicide, all of her friends, we started Girls with Courage to Change. And our nice. Mission statement was to empower young women on campus to make the right decisions in life through friendships on campus. Yeah. So, just, and it's gotten worse. It's crazy out there what kids are doing. I just watched the news today. I just don't understand it. I don't like to watch the news sometimes because it just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's rather depressing.
Yeah.
And it's not always real. So,
teenagers just doing things because they're bored, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. I wouldn't know anything about that. And that's why I'm such a success today. I was bored
back then. You guys were skateboarding and you didn't have the internet, you didn't have your phones, so you kind of had to make your own fun.
Yeah.
And
fun.
Yeah. But Rob Broadman, all those guys, Dave Nelson,
Kevin
crazy boys. You were crazy.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it's all good.
We had our own influences and stuff. So
yeah.
Anyway, okay. So I've got on the crawler here for look, told you. Kay's going, when will it be in Arkansas?
Ooh, go to your local, go to your market, or message me. Go to my website, message me. Where do you know, where you shop? Again, I know now that you're from Arkansas. What are your stores in Arkansas? And I will work my hardest to get them to you. It's an amazing salsa. I don't think there's another salsa on the market that's like it.
No.
It's blended over chunky, loaded with cilantro, and there's no onions in my recipe.
Yeah, and Kay is quite an amazing woman. She's an author. She was on the show a couple weeks ago, and her story. I don't know if you saw any of it, but just absolutely amazing. She's just such a wonderful delight, and the things she's been through and the people she's helped is
good.
Now, if you want to find out more about Mrs. A's Famous Salsa, go to mrsafamous.com. Got it right, didn't I, Andy?
Yes.
Yes, you did. No, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. And you can put the www in there because, you know, if you're like me, that's what you do. But mrsafamous.com, and you can find out not only all the delicious recipes that she demos here for us on the show, but all about her product, the story of her product. You can get merch now, right? You've got shirts and things like that, hats.
I have one on. I'm just a little low here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, I see. I should have worn my shirt.
My Random Christian shirt. I got to do that one time.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know. I got to get a little V-neck for the ladies. I've had. You're not the only one that's asked about those, but
well, and I think what we need is the Mrs. A's Famous Salsa as seen on the Random Christian Show.
Oh,
that's the shirt we need.
Oh,
yeah,
and and she's actually got our display now. So when she's out demoing, she shows off that she's, you know, part of the show, and got stickers.
I talk about it all the time when I demo. I said, because I always ask, I said, do you like to cook? And a lot of people say, oh God, no. And then a lot of people say, oh yeah, I love to cook. I said, well, go on my website, look at my cookbook. I'm famous for my soups and comfort foods. So
you can see me cook it all right here on the Random Christian Show.
We have fun when I do the cooking.
Yes.
So So again, this is my. I don't think I've done this, but this is my chili verde with my Spanish rice.
So good.
And then this is my. Oh God! Even though I lightened it up with gluten-free flour, it's still quite heavy.
You made it sound so much lighter. Too.
Yeah.
Oh, God, here it is.
I had to make the full recipe. Usually I cut it in half because at least a third of it's going to Daniel and Jaime, and then Myra, she needs a chunk, and Miss Paula, who's 84, she needs a big chunk. It just, I really probably this is all I'll get.
Like feed the whole town around there.
I do. I love it. I love it. It's my purpose.
You just get a scroller of all the names of people that you're feeding along the way. Okay, so right now, basically, the West has been won.
Yes.
For Mrs. A's Salsa Buena, and still expanding throughout all these states. And now you're looking at soon to be national with Sprouts, Natural Grocers, and then UNFI distributing you throughout the U.S.
Yes.
So wherever you're at, if you're not in those West states, start asking your grocers, hey, who's in charge of your salsa? Because I know of this amazing salsa called Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena, and we need it.
Absolutely.
So, and you do.
And then you become one of my little jalapenos around. I love it.
And but yeah, and again, I know, big story, and this is why I had to get you on, just to talk about it. I was like, no, we're not cooking, we're not doing anything, we're just gonna have you on and talk about all this salsa and all this amazing work that you've been doing, and we're so very excited for you. And I know you've got to get going to your show, so
yes.
I thank you so much for taking time, and then maybe in a couple weeks we'll have you on and we'll do some cooking.
Yes, and then I will keep you updated on the progress of the independents and the corporate stores and my scooching across the country. I've offered everybody that Mrs. A can come plant herself in the middle of your state and do demos to meet people. And
I will demo for you.
Yes.
I'll put together a little graphic of where you are.
Okay.
And then
we'll make a little map.
Yeah, we'll make a little map. Yeah.
Little chili peppers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That'll be great.
Yeah. It's essentially going to look like an old Risk board where what we have occupied right now versus where we're trying to get to.
Good. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to take off. I'm going to do a phone call. Oh my gosh, the business,
Yes.
I've got a call coming in at 3:30, but love you guys. Thank you so much.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, Leah. You are awesome. We love you. Thank you so much for being a part of this and sponsoring this show.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it without you. Well, we could, but we just wouldn't do it as well. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful time at the show. And look.
I know. It's magic.
She's got better graphics than we do, Andy.
Right. I know. Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
It's the magic of Mrs. A's kitchen.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Wow, we suck. All right. It's because our internet's screwed up. That's what it is.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. Go check them out. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time tonight. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Thank you. Bye.
See ya. All right. Yeah, my music's tweaked out. That's horrible.
That's weird.
I don't know. Oh, now it
works.
Yeah.
You just had to hit the button.
Spectrum.
You had to hit the button.
No, didn't you hear it playing just a second ago?
I did.
It was coming through the wrong speakers for some reason, and no.
Yeah.
It's Spectrum's fault. Hey, Corey Hall. Hello. And so anyway.
Corey Hall.
I know.
Corey Hall.
Blast from the past.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we got. And so there we are. Corey, welcome to the show. Thank you for stopping in. By the way, Corey, you're probably jealous of this. How'd you like to be the guy that did the sound effect for that? Yeah, now you're showing off.
Yeah, right. I mean, you don't want to get me started on sound effects, because there is a ton of behind the scenes footage of.
I know. I've seen
them.
It.
Yeah, of them doing
and how they came up with it.
Right.
That was okay. Hold on. Let's just get this out of the way.
Yeah, right. Put it up there.
There it is. Yes, we're nerds. So yeah, that's the story behind all that. I mean, I was like, you got to be kidding. I mean, they recorded. What was it that they recorded that got the it was a TV hum.
Right.
Or
yeah. Well, it was yeah, like a remodulated like TV hum or something like that.
No, they had it's not a wand, it's a lightsaber, Corey. Did you not see the Yes We're Nerds thing up there? I don't have just one, but I've got two, baby. Yeah. Look, I'm a walrus. Okay. Sorry. No. Yeah, they took that sound. Anyway, yeah. God, oh God, we're such.
But something. I remember something was recorded in the bowl of a toilet to give it more depth. I don't remember if it was the lightsaber sound, or if it was something else.
I think it was Darth Vader's voice.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Oh, it smells so horrible in here.
And then Chewie was like a drop down dog roar or dog
roar.
Yeah, like a dog call. Yeah.
What what dog makes that kind of sound?
I don't know, but I want one.
And hopefully he's fuzzy and got a little belt.
Right. Yeah, a little strap around. Come on. Yeah.
Whoa. Let's not get it weird there, Andy. Let's PG-13, buddy. All right. So, well, Corey, I'm a lonely man. I'm not gonna lie. So as we promised earlier in the show, we've got the old interweb meltdown that's been going on with, by the way, thanks Spectrum, and I told him I was calling him out. I flat out told him, I said, I've got people that hate us and we're trying to do a professional show. Yeah, really big professional.
A really big show, yes.
Shoe, yeah. Why do you keep flipping me off? Anyway, so so they've been warned, and that's all there is to it.
Okay.
Kind of same topic. I was the master of creating television stuff. That's true. Very true.
Yes, it's very true. Yeah.
Okay, put the Yes We're Nerds back up again. So we have so many different things that we wanted to talk about on the show and with you. So, and I really didn't make a header for it or anything because,
well, yeah,
it's just what we do anyway.
Yeah.
Basically, you're going to find out what happens when me and Andy are talking before and after the show.
That's true.
Sometimes way more entertaining than the actual show.
Right. Yeah. A behind the scenes look. Stuff that we did very like we did it a couple of times on Sunday morning. Remember those? When Matt was on the show?
Yeah.
Live and have our pre-show meetings on Sunday.
Yeah. Otherwise, to be like, I thought you'd said it was only be 15 minutes. Yeah, well, it's an hour, 2 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter at this point. And it took to get the stab wound right, and Psycho was
Dude, it's an art. Like, I mean, and it's funny, like growing up, like I thought a punch really sounded like a punch.
Getting a ham.
Right. Yeah. But no, and it's just like, I know, like a real punch is such a letdown after seeing like a movie punch. And
those guys aren't really fighting.
Right.
Sounds nothing like it.
But no, man, sound effects is an art. It's a true art form.
Well, and speaking of sound effects and whatnot, okay. And I honestly, I know I'm old and I get it, but I do love music and I love all sorts of different types of music. I prefer some more than others, mind you, but I do like listening to, some of the pop and stuff like that is fun and whatnot.
Sure.
What is with the overmodulation? Voice, this effect that they're using on
auto-tune.
The auto-tune, which I now fully blame Peter Frampton for.
So Frampton had Frampton had the talk box, right?
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Talk box is an art, man. Like, so you had to. Okay, so my guitar teacher, the late great Bruce Hawk, he would put on a show every year with his students to showcase his students, and we graduated to a point where we became the house band at the show, right?
Oh, nice.
So we would play with all of his current students, right? And there was one year where Bruce comes out and says, "Hey, I just got the talk box." I'm like, "Well, wait, the Peter Frampton talk?" He's like, "Yeah, I just got the talk box. We're using it in the show." Right? I'm just like, "Let's do it. Hell yeah." Right. And so sure enough, like Bruce, I see him like 3 weeks before the show. He's just like, it's literally learning how to speak again using the talk box. Right. Now, auto-tune, I mean, and there are so many programs out there now that you can, like, we could speak in auto-tune in the show if we wanted to. Like, we could put a thing on Restream where we speak in auto-tune.
And we
So,
could feel like we know.
right, yeah. So auto-tune is, but like the talk box is just like any other guitar pedal, but you need to figure out like when to speak, like when and where to speak as you hit the note. And it was crazy. It was nuts. So talkbox is a completely different thing. Like auto-tune is just something that they do that you can do in post, or you can do it on the fly because technology is awesome now and you can do it.
Right. But, no. And I mean, I get that, but it's the same effect.
No. And I absolutely agree. And again, like singing and hitting a note now in recording is a lot easier because they can adjust your pitch. Right. With that. Right. And they can make
it live, and then,
and then you find out how bad of a singer they really are. Right. But one of the things, and I don't know that I've talked to you about this though. They a couple years after he passed, they released raw vocals of Lane Staley from Alice in Chains doing Man in the Box and Wood. And like that, it was incredible just to hear like the raw vocal. Right. No music.
He had an amazing voice, dude.
Oh yeah, incredible voice. And he's like, and it's just like it's pitch perfect, like it's on, and it's incredible.
Yeah. Him and Chris Cornell were amazing singers.
Oh, God, don't get me started on Chris Cornell, man. He's fucking incredible.
I mean,
sorry. That was our one for.
Yeah, that's all we get. But I mean, dude, you seriously, if you think about it, if those guys were alive still today, where those bands would be, they would be like the Led Zeppelins and the Rolling Stones. Seriously, I know, grunge was a thing, but like Soundgarden progressed out of grunge.
Yeah,
they became more of a. I mean, they matured their sound, and you could hear it developing in Alice in Chains too. They were changing their sound. They weren't just that old. I mean, grunge was such a unique art form, but it or style, I guess. But then it there was the guys that just we're staying grunge, whatever. Well, nobody just. It's even like punk rock, dude. Punk rock stayed punk rock to a certain point, but now there's so many different levels of, you go, pop punk and ska punk and what.
Yeah.
It's, you can't really, you can't say that it's really pop punk. It's just an evolved form. It's a new form of it. Ska punk's the same way. Ska punk is really just ska taken to a different level. That's all it is. Yeah. And reggae actually came from ska. Ska didn't come from reggae.
Right. Yeah.
So ska was the origination of it all. And it's in its entirety, in its purest form, like Prince Buster and stuff like that, was just such fun. And that's the one thing I love about ska, even though there's a lot of political overtones in a lot of the music is just good, fun music and well crafted.
Yeah.
And what's he saying? That's not hitting the note, it's manufacturing one. There's no authentic vocal artistry in that. No, there isn't. And no, absolutely, Corey. We are not disagreeing with you. No. Yeah.
And to our original point, I think that's what's right now. It's not about the talent and the music. It's about selling the entire package. Right?
Yeah. It's the look, such a marketing ploy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The look, the marketability of a person, the likability of a person versus, being a really good singer and making really good music.
Oh yeah. And what I also, like I said, so many different, you got your pop music or whatever. And like, okay, back to the auto tuning thing and all this and how people change their voices. you look at like America's Got Talent, all these different talents. I didn't even remember what all they are now at this point. But they're okay. There's talent out there, and I don't fault these people for what they're doing or what they're trying to do, but what happens with them afterwards is a joke. You know, they're used as little puppets for this show. Okay, what's the one with
So there's American Idol, there's The Voice, there's American Got Talent.
Okay. Yeah. American Idol's the biggest one, you know.
Right.
And those people, I mean, where are all these people now that have won? Because that show's been on for how many years?
Okay.
And isn't there like 2 seasons a year?
I think it started that. I think it's I haven't watched American Idol since.
Yeah. My wife will tune into it every now and then, and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, these people." I'm like, "Yeah, they are." And she's like, "Why does this not impress you?" I'm like, "Because yes, these are talented people. Some are a little overplayed, you know, and that's why they're on there." You know, I mean, it's such a marketing game. But yeah, there's some of those people that are out there, and you're just like, "Oh wow." There's some talent there, but it goes nowhere because they're that mold that they want.
Yeah, and to Corey's point here, you know, again, and for those songs too, like getting original music that hits is hard, right? Yeah. But if you're singing covers and you can sing a really good cover of something, it's different, right?
Right.
You know, and if you can make a song your own, that's one thing. But at the same time, like if you're I think that's the ultimate like problem with American Idol is that after they win or after they come close to winning, they need to put out an original album with original music, and that song's got to hit, right? Yeah. And I think honestly, it was Kelly Clarkson who probably had the most success because, you know, she got in with good management. She found songs written by other pop stars that were really good and made them her own. Unlike so what Since You've Been Gone was originally written by Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Right. But again, her management picked it up and got it. And it's funny too, because there was one other one, forget what the song was, but somebody actually found cut versions of the other 2 people who tried to get the song made and put it all on the same, you know, like track, just to, so the first part was one part, the second part. Yeah. Right. And it was interesting to hear their takes on the song, you know, which is just really fun. But no, I mean, yeah, to Corey's point, yeah, they're scripted a lot. But again, it's just so hard to break out of, hey, that's a really great version of that song, really great cover of the song, versus like, okay, now I have to care about your original music.
Right. So now what can you do without that song? You know?
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of them flop. And that's why you don't see many people out of it. Carrie
Underwood did well. Daughtry's he's a glorified cover artist. I saw him redo, like, his latest video on his YouTube was him covering Separate Ways from Journey on with someone else.
Yeah. It's again, it's just, you know, everything's karaoke night.
Right. It's good TV is what it is, but it just doesn't.
That's absolutely true. Yeah. That's
doesn't translate.
No. Yeah. The original intent of these shows, I think, was great. Now, like America's Got Talent, because they do all sorts of different stuff. Yeah. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I'm just kind of overdone with these. And okay, back to the American Idol thing. Okay, just because I can, it's my show. I can do it. Right. You're like, anyway. No, the you've got 3 top all-time stars there. Okay, Lionel Richie, Carrie, Pate, what's her name? Pate,
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. There, Carrie Patey, whatever her name is.
Katy Perry. Katy.
And then Country Boy, whatever his name is. Corey, help me out. I know you like country.
Not.
What's it say? I just wish it was about the talent and not who can kind of sing but has the best dramatic storyline.
Right.
No, absolutely, Corey. But those 3 people should, because they give them a year contract or something. Luke Bryan, thank you.
There you go.
Which I mean, and again, these are all very talented people on their own. Okay.
Yeah.
Katy Perry, she was when she started, then she kind of became this, I've got people writing my songs for me now and stuff. Whatever.
Dude, hey, you want a really good watch? Check out The Greatest Night in Pop. I think it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's about the recording of We Are the World.
And, I've heard. Yeah, I heard that's good.
Yeah, so it's on Netflix. All right, so check it out. It's really good. But I don't know if you know this, but Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson wrote the song, and Lionel Richie produced it. So he is central to this documentary, and it's really cool how they wanted to get everybody in the same room. That was really important, and get everything done. And the only night that everybody was going to be together was directly after the American Music Awards. So, and Lionel Richie is hosting the American Music Awards that night. And then they head over to the studio right afterwards, and they spend all night, one night, recording the song and the video, right, with everybody in there. And and working stuff out. And there's one really great part in there where they show everybody singing, and then they cut to Bob Dylan. And Dylan,
Dylan, what are you looking at me for?
Dylan's not singing because that's just not his style. And then they did give him a solo line during the show, or during the song, right? And
everybody fell asleep.
No, he had trouble. He had trouble hitting it, right?
Oh, really?
He had trouble hitting the note, and so
I'm in.
And so I forget who it was. It was somebody pulled him aside, and they helped him along with it, and helped him hit and sang his line as him to him, so he could replicate it. And then it was, and then they tried to get Prince there, right? But Prince wouldn't come because he and Michael had a thing. It was either him or Michael. It was never him and Michael, right?
Right. And
so
didn't Prince actually start that though?
I don't know.
He dissed Prince real bad because Prince was, he's dancing. I mean, he multi-talented, obviously.
Right.
And I think
but
we'll have to Google that.
Watch it because it's an amazing watch. And second, there is one part where Michael Jackson is cutting his vocals, and they play the raw vocals of Jackson.
Yeah.
Doing his stuff. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, the guy was an insane performer. He was very talented. And I and a lot of people I don't think know this. Michael Jackson played a lot of he could play the piano, drum, he loved bass guitar, I think.
Right.
Because he really loved the beat,
Yeah.
And I mean, now was he masters at all these instruments? No, God no.
Yeah.
But he knew enough to where he could figure out tunes and he wrote a lot of his music, which but I'm sorry, he didn't write it all alone,
right?
But he wrote a lot of his music, and not just words, but also the actual music. And
it was, and that a lot of it focused on Lionel Richie going over to Michael Jackson's house and them writing the song and then putting it together. And it's just, it's such a great if you have any affinity for the music industry and what it used to be, right, this was it was such a cool documentary to see
and to watch the corruption of it happen before your eyes. I mean, and dude, seriously, you got to admit, from what
Corey
just oh,
hey, ding ding,
hey, Corey will be here all the rest of the show.
Yep, it's quote of the night.
Make sure to tip Corey and
right, yeah.
No, back in the days, the music industry had its so many own separate entities, and that was the beauty of it, because they all had their own thing.
Right.
And then things started mixing together. Country artists started going to jazz studios. Jazz studios started going to country studios. I mean, because that's what there was. There was the Motown studio where only people from Motown or doing the Motown sound would go to record because they wanted that sound. And then, you know, guys like the Rolling Stones wanted to go and record in that studio because there's something about the way the studio is set up and the way they record there. It gives that certain sound. And it's okay. Put up the Yes We're Nerds thing again, because it's we're nerding out because again, this is one of mine and Andy's things. We'd love to look who produced what, where it was recorded, and then you know you get really nerdy and go into how they recorded it. It's like the Foo Fighters when they did the Sonic Highways.
Right.
Did you ever see that documentary series?
Oh yeah. Oh,
so amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere they went, is crossover genre music authentic, or is it stylistic plagiarism? Oh, look at Mr. Biggie Words there. Yeah, I went to school and got a 7th grade education through my dictionary. Plagiarism. Hey, don't practice that kind of religion there. No, that's,
you know
that's
what?
a very good point.
It is like, I mean, so like is Queen doing Crazy Little Thing Called Love? Is that true country, or is that Queen's version of country? Is Beyonce's upcoming country album gonna be true country?
Okay, there it is. Can of worms out everywhere. Okay, now we're going.
Gloves are off. Gloves are off right now.
Things are going to start getting ugly there, Andrew. Okay. As talented of a voice Beyonce is, and dancer, I guess, whatever.
Yeah.
That's no. Stay in your lane, Beyonce. But of course, I mean, country nowadays, Waylon Jennings would be mortified. Waylon is coming out shooting, I'm sure. But no, I mean, honestly, country nowadays is basically pop music. If you listen to the difference, now there's a lot of guys that are trying to be more back to the old school country sound, which is great, but it's still so, and to use Corey's words, plagiarized.
Again, it's not high profile. Like that's like like true authentic country music just isn't high profile, and it doesn't get out, right? But all of the country stuff that we hear now is, you know, definitely leans towards the middle of country pop.
Yeah,
pop music.
And there's a guy I'm trying to get on the show. I've been harassing him since I found out about him. His name's Thomas Gabriel. He is actually Johnny Cash's grandson.
Oh wow.
And I if you hear him, and anybody out there, if you even kind of like Johnny Cash and kind of like country, you need to Google Thomas Gabriel. He's on Spotify, he's all over, SoundCloud, whatever. Find him, listen to him. He actually does a cover of Folsom Blues.
Yeah.
Folsom Prison
Blues. Yeah.
And it's like, oh my dude, you get kind of goosebumps. You're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Because he sounds like, on that song. Now he has his own voice, he has his own style, but when he did that song, I was like, oh my gosh! And then you see all the cop music. What?
Because I put country and pop together. I said cop music.
All right. Where is it? Yeah. No. There.
No. Thank you so much.
There it is. But yeah, it's really amazing, and it's the old school country stuff, but it's got its own twist to it. So it's really good, and he's super talented. And I'm still working on getting him on the show, so don't count me out yet. But yes, there's so much unaccountability nowadays. It's all about how many dollars they can get.
Right. I mean,
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, well, that's a whole other can of worms. But I mean, like, there is, like,
it's already spilled out here with Beyonce and country music. I mean, just to dump a few more worms in, it's fine.
Yeah, no, there's good music out there, and I think that with the advent of YouTube, that it's there and people can find it. Have we talked about Postmodern Jukebox before?
I think me and you have at one point, but not
so. Yeah,
no, it was before or after the show. That's why we're doing this now.
Right. Yeah. So Scott Bradley is a pianist and a composer, and puts together
what?
Pianist. You're a 2-year-old sometimes, man. Heyo, fwan. But he puts modern songs in a big band setting, and we'll bring in like he brought in one gal that was on American Idol, Haley Reinhart, and put together this incredible version of "Creep" by Radiohead. I think
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But so dude, his videos get millions of views.
Yeah.
And so like if you want to drop down like a very deep hole of really, really good, like put together modern songs done in old music styles, check out Postmodern Jukebox.
Okay, hold on. I think, me and you talked. That was a while back.
It probably was, because I was on a real big kick when I joined the show.
Right. Best of Postmodern Jukebox playlist.
There you go.
Okay.
They just released a version of Pour Some Sugar on Me that was incredible. And when I say just, I like in the last maybe 2 or 3 months.
Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh. There's so many songs on here I want to hear right now.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to read some up and just tell me which one you want to hear.
Okay. Well, I mean, if Creep is there, bring up Creep, because that's a really good one. What else?
All About That Bass.
No
Diggity.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Like some hit, some don't. But All About That Bass is really good. If it's the one, they have a couple versions of that.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah, they've done everything.
Oh my love. Oh my God. Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going with it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude.
I don't see Creep on here yet, though. But
okay,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
But you better not take it from me in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. I want to hear.
Okay, hold on. Let's. I gotta find Creep. Teenage Dirtbag. I'm not seeing it on here. Now, it may be on YouTube. I'm on Spotify right now. So thanks.
Sure.
Spotify. I gotta hear Gangsta's Paradise.
Okay.
24, the way things are going, I don't know. Been spending most of
it's
It's
good,
only-
man. It's
I'm just doing samples so we don't.
yeah,
get-
no, it's like some of the people they get on this. It's I mean, like I said, there are a couple people that have been on American Idol that didn't make it past the 5th or 6th round. I think Haley Reinhart like popped out at maybe like she was like 4th or 5th, right? But she's been on a couple of these and she kills it.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
Seven Nation Army. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Let's see. I gotta hear No Diggity.
Do it. I love the it's so good.
It's so- oh man, there's so many. Okay, Stacy's mom, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said you missed a spot way over there.
Okay, well there it is. Postmodern jukebox. You want to hear some great takes of some? Oh my gosh, there's. Oh yeah, we could be here for another hour.
Yeah.
I'm going to be listening to that a little later on.
Let's get Scott on the show. We should get Scott on the show.
Okay. Writing that down right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm old, you know.
Right. Yeah.
You know. Scott Bradley.
Scott Bradley. Yeah, it's his. This is his baby. So.
All right, I will work on that. Like I said, I'm working on Thomas Gabriel. But okay, so now we've lost focus and the full rant is gone. So, anyway,
okay,
again,
can we talk about the most underrated movie soundtrack ever? You mean the great movie Xanadu? That is the most underrated movie soundtrack ever.
oh, red
yeah,
alert.
yeah, red
Just
alert.
went into the wrong. Blues Brothers 2000 soundtrack has some of the best. Yeah,
I mean, that was like what that was one of those movies that is just like a collection of everybody who is amazing in music at the moment, and like some of the music is good.
yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily
prefer
call
the original.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call it the most underrated movie soundtrack ever. I would say it's in top 10 for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is collaborative, Cordy. But I don't know. It's on the low end of the top 10. I'm gonna say, because I mean, what do you say?
You're allowed to be wrong.
Well, I'm sorry, we can't all be. Why don't you use your big Frenchy words to really put me down so I don't understand what you're talking about? I didn't say it was horrible, Corey. Good Lord. Okay. Welcome to the Random Corey Hall Show.
Yeah,
Where today we let Corey Hall tell us all how worthless we are. What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey Corey, maybe you can explain this, Mr. I know about everything and everything knows about me, and why isn't it just all about me? Okay. Why are there headlights that look like there are small suns coming? We love you too, Corey. That looks like there's small sun, and literally there are headlights that are so bright they look like there's flames coming out of them,
Right.
like that lightsaber that Kylo Ren uses.
Right. No,
much.
So my car right now is going on 11 years old, right? So the headlights are like the headlight need to be cleaned off, right? Like my headlights do very, very little actual work at night right now. But when this dead on by Corey here, LED headlights are completely unnecessary, and I hate those people.
Yes.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. So I am in a.
And I'm about to go buy some so I can be an asshole to them.
Right. So I'm in a maybe a 1-year-old Forerunner. This is when I was 16 or 17, right? I am driving my mom and dad and my grandparents home from dinner, right? And it's nobody wanted to drive except for me, right? So again, I'm going super slow, right? And I'm a cop comes in before me, right?
Yeah.
And goes forward and starts slowing down a little bit, right?
Okay.
And we had larger tires on this Forerunner. So my lights were right in his rear view.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you get a little height to the car. Yeah.
he pulls off to the right, lets me pass, comes in right behind, pulls me over. My parents, my grandparents in the car. Right. So
roll down the window, a bunch of weed smoke comes pouring out.
Right. No, all right. So that's when this is when the whirlwind of Greek anger swirls in the car, going, you were going too fast. What the hell were you thinking? Why were you driving this way, Andy? Oh my goodness, right? So I had to lean in everybody before the cop came in and tell them to shut up. Right? I said nobody talks except for me. Right?
How old are you again?
I'm 17. All right. And I'm just trying to keep my composure because I had just been pulled over with my entire family in the car. Right.
And they're all pissed.
And they're all angry at something that they thought that I did. So he comes up right to the car and he says, "Can you check your high beams, please?" I'm like, "Sure." Click them forward and they go up. Yeah. And he says, and pull them back. He's like, "Did you have your high beams on earlier?" I'm like, "No, sir, I didn't." Yeah. He's like, "Well, they were flooding my rear view." I'm like, "Well, sir, my car does have big tires.
Yeah.
You know,
they're higher off the ground than you are.
They're gonna come into your, they're gonna come in and you can always flip your rear view up so it doesn't glare." Right. And he just looked at me, right? Looked at my family. He's like, "Yeah, thanks. Have a good night."
You know why? Because he saw the stewing going on in there. What are you doing talking to my grandson, huh?
So I turn to my family as the cop drives away, and I say, "All right, who's gonna say it first? Like, who's gonna say it first? I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it." Finally, and Corey nails it. My yaya goes in. "We're sorry, Andy."
So Andy got free ice cream for a month after that. I wanted sprinkles. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Andy. Here we go.
Whenever I went to my yaya's house, she always made me milkshakes. Always.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude. And what is it about grandma's food that just is always the best?
I don't know. The magic blender,
Dude. Okay, my grandma made tuna noodle casserole. Okay.
Yeah.
And like my mom has made it for years, and mom does a pretty good job, but it was nothing like Gma's.
Yeah.
And it was always the best. No matter what, she'd always try something a little different every now and then, different potato chips on top or no potato chips. Either way, nothing compares to it.
Yeah.
And it's, why is that? Why?
I don't know. It was something about the smell in
dude,
Yaya and Papu's house that somehow made the food better, right? Something in the kitchen that made everything
absolutely right.
I can't put my finger on it, but there was just something magic about that.
You had a grandma too.
Yeah.
Well, we were a long time ago, Corey, when we talked, we figured we might be related. So you never know. And I'm just coming home now to you, Corey. But like, okay, cinnamon toast.
Oh yeah.
Just a slice of Wonder Bread, sugar, and cinnamon and butter. And best thing in the world. Then your mom makes it.
And it's just something different.
Isn't the same mom?
Right.
Which I would never say, because then there was a, and
right. Yeah. But there's something lost in translation from generation to generation on how they made stuff. And I don't know that you could actually put a finger on it.
No, it's kind of crazy. But it is what it is. And we don't have a guest.
That guy.
Yes, that guy.
Freaking guy.
I don't know. So, well, it's true. Okay, we got to wrap it up. So yeah. See, this has been fun. This is what me and Andy do before and after the show, and on weekends, or I call Andy in the middle of his work and go, "What are you doing?" Hey, guess what? And then Andy's like, "I got to get back to work." So not that I don't have a job. I have a job.
Right.
My hours are just different. My grandkids will be talking about how Grandpa Corey cooked. Yeah.
That's my wish as well. I want my grandkids to speak how good I am as a cook.
I'm just gonna teach them how to not do things, and so okay, drugs are bad. Okay, well, the thing is, I'm gonna teach my grandkids annoying mimicry and voices. So,
right? Yeah.
And they talk like this. Hey, Mom, look what Grandpa taught me. Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, we're gonna have to have the kid brainwashed and desensitized. It's
Grandpa Christian next thing.
Yeah, no. Nobody's going over.
Let Grandpa Chris talk to the kids.
Give Papa Christian the toy. And he'll be fine. Yeah. Listen. So, all right, we got to wrap up the show. This has been a lot of fun. Hey, next week, what do we got? Who do we got? We got. Yeah, Mida. That's right, we do. Yeah, don't lie to me. I'm just trying to find the graphic for it. Where is it? There he is, right here.
Oh, I did.
There he is on the show next week. Mida Goodwin. He's from This Is Ska Radio, and the website that is on Facebook and all over Instagram and TikTok. He's everywhere. He's dude, this guy is like so super knowledgeable about ska music. And don't ever listen to your grandpa, Chris. Oh, they're all dead, so don't worry. I don't.
No. He's talking about as you are a grandpa. Don't ever listen to your grandpa, Chris. We told you he's not medicated yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, trust me, Grandpa Chris has had enough medication in his life. They don't medicate me. Even when I go to the hospital now, they're like, "You've got enough painkillers in you. You'll be fine." So that being said, that was not the music sound. That's the music sound I heard. All right. So
I was really hoping to do that. The music this week.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna have to. Right. But hey, we want to thank you, Mrs. A from Mrs. A Salsa BUENA, Leah Guile. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. All of you, thank you all so much for being a part of the show, especially our third brother-in-law, Corey Hall, who has provided us with insightful information, as well as belittled us all in many more ways than we could ever count, especially with his master of the vocabulary. In the meantime, kids, thank you so much. Spread the word. Like, follow, subscribe, share, pass the word around. The Random Christian Show. Hey, buy a hat, buy a shirt. We'll send you some stickers, whatever. Check it out on the website. Be a part of the show, and do what the cool kids do. In the meantime, until next week, we love you. Peace out. Be good to each other. We'll see y'all next week. Yeah, next week.
Next week.
End credits. Peace.